Oh, we're recording. Very beautiful. How you guys? Y'all looking absolutely beautiful, and so am I. Goddamn. I wanted to record a more of a long form, podcasty type thing for the YouTube because I haven't posted anything that's where I'm riffing a little bit because I like to have some signpost times, and what I mean by that, I like to have different pieces of content that I can look back to and look at my mentality in that exact moment. And maybe if I had a plan, then talk about that plan, but more just be able to look into my mentality in a given moment. And yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Right now in life, I just completed my first week teaching English in Vegas. Well, I didn't complete it yet. Technically, I have one more kind of shift. I have two more classes today, 3 hours. But my thoughts at the end of the week, it's it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard schedule. I mean, to wake up, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. Now, I would say I don't exactly wake up at 5 a.m. I have an alarm that is around 5 a.m. and then that's a choice. And then the 6 a.m. is not a choice. If I don't get up at 6 a.m., I will be late. So 5 a.m. is like the ideal if I am God, and then I wake up. I only did this on Monday. Wake up at 5 a.m., work out, go into work. I was only able to do that on Monday because I had a full round of sleep. On the normal days, I get back. I just literally get back. I end my last shift around 9 p.m. And then usually I'm like around waiting for a bus 10:30, get sorry, like 9:30, 9:30 to 10, and then I'm getting on a bus and I'm usually arriving home around 11. So as it takes 2 hours to travel home. Can you imagine? 2 hours. 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to get all the way home, which is an absolute bitch. It's an absolute bitch. It's one of the harder things to do is to time that correctly. It's literally the reason why it takes 2 hours. Technically, it takes an hour, but if you factor, because I have to take the bus because I don't have a car and I don't have money for an Uber, so in order for the environmental factors not to affect whether you're on time or not on time, it's 2 hours. So, for example, this morning, this is Thursday, is my last day. This morning, I left at 6, but I decided to take a break. I decided to have some pleasure this morning, and I did it yesterday as well, but yesterday worked out a little bit better. I decided to have some pleasure, and I stopped at Panera. Shout out to Panera. And Panera has this little deal where you can get unlimited drinks for $10.99 a month. There's actually a little secret. It's gonna be hidden in here and people don't watch my channel, so it's fine. Trick. If you want unlimited drinks at Panera for free forever, you just sign up again with a different phone number. And you're like, how does that work? I don't have unlimited phone numbers. Guess what? They don't verify the phone number. They don't send a text to your phone number. They don't send a text to your phone. So you can just keep signing up, just change one digit in your phone number. So because I'm broke now, because I haven't gotten paid from this job yet, and the work I was doing before has ended prematurely, I needed to come up with a solution. Yeah, so I'm able to get free drinks, but during the week I'm not able to take advantage of it. So today I was like, listen, the way the bus route works, technically I can stop at Panera for 20 minutes, get a drink, do a little lesson planning, and then head in. Today, unfortunately, when I was walking to the bus arrived 4 minutes early, and I watched it go across the horizon. I watched the bus cross my field of view, and it was one of the sadder things. You just see it coming. You know, there's no way in hell that you can run and make the bus. It's not possible. So you're like, okay, you look at the next bus. Next bus is coming in 30 minutes. I start class in 30 minutes. Okay, we're fucked. Text a couple friends. You have money for an Uber, $15. You know, just a quick little thing. Shameful. I hate doing shit like that, but it is what it is. I have students. There's other people relying on me. It's not just like me clocking in. It's like there are literally 10 people in a room waiting for me, or possibly waiting for me to go teach. And then, but the Uber. Guess what happens with the Uber? First Uber waits, gets almost to me. I don't know if he sees me. I don't know what happened. Cancels. So now we're really like, okay, if the next Uber doesn't literally come right now, we're fucked. Guess what happens? The next Uber, I don't understand. Oh my God. Some people, I drove Uber for almost 2 years, 1 to 2 years back in 2015, 24. It's one of the simplest jobs in the world. And still, I think these drivers are mentally handicapped. I swear to God. I don't understand. Sir, you can see my actual location on the map. I'm literally on the road. You can see my actual location on the map. And still, mans is struggling. I don't know what's wrong with people. I swear to God, I don't know what's wrong with people. He's driving around the block. Time's ticking down. Eventually, literally, he's so late, that bus that was going to arrive when I start class arrives. Oh, we're fudged. We're fucked. So I cancel the Uber, get my money back, get on the bus, and then literally the bus driver doesn't know how to. She doesn't know how to drive. She didn't know how to drive. Straight up, didn't know how to drive. She almost crashed the bus at least 2 or 3 times. Every time she stopped the bus, slams the brakes. Literally not one time did she ease to a stop. Not one time. So all my shit's flying all over the place. The drink that I had sacrificed my entire life for is just spilling. The food is just my food is in the little container. It's like almost falling on the ground. Rough. And then every single person that's getting on the bus. Fundamentally, I will never understand the simplest thing in the world. You see the bus coming, and still people get on the bus and then start trying to find money, start trying to find cards, start trying to find the app on their phone. No one's using the app on their phone. They start trying to find money when they're on the bus, and it's just you're sitting there and you realize, okay, we've been stopped for like 5 minutes. You look up and they're just not. It's just not doing anything. And I can't describe how frustrating that was. I can't describe how frustrating that was. And, that meme comes to my mind right now. That, well, if it isn't, isn't this the consequences of my own actions or my own choices? That meme comes to mind in such situations because, all of the choices in my life have led me here. Even the choice of selling my car for like $500 back in 2019 for God knows why. $500 is nothing. The car worked. I could have left it and came back. Who knows what would have happened, but Lord knows I could use a car right now. Maybe who knows if I wasn't planning on coming back to America. That was one of the things. But selling my car, quitting my last job, just everything comes to this moment where you're late, even stopping at Panera. All of these choices come into your head, and you're sitting there watching these idiots. These idiots stand there, and you're just, makes you think. It makes you think, doesn't it? It makes you think. So I had a moment with God. I don't mean that literally. I mean that figuratively. A figurative moment where you just look up and you're like, okay. We got to make better decisions in life. We just have to make better decisions. I could probably still stop to get my drink, but we got to go in, get the drink, walk out. It is just that simple. You don't have the luxury of sitting there. Go and get the drink, go wait at the bus stop, lesson plan at the bus stop. It's like, yeah, we got to wait in the sun. Sure, it's 100 degrees. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I made choices, and if I want the small luxury of my little Panera, these are the rules I have to abide by. And so anyway, this schedule has been difficult. It's been difficult to say the least. And I did try on Monday to do a little live stream. On no other day have I even been capable of doing any sort of live stream after work, going on the strip, doing basically anything. It's just not possible. So what's going to end up having to happen is like I get 6 hours in the day, middle of the day between lessons to do something that I want to do. Whatever I want to do. Those 6 hours to me either have to be spent learning something or making content. I get 3 days off per week, obviously the weekend, and then I get Friday off. So the week, like those 3 days, we got to be grinding. We got to be learning something, or we got to be making content. 2 options. Obviously, catch up on sleep because the past 3 days, I mean, what have we been doing? 5 hours, maybe not 5 hours. We get into bed and we're in bed for 5 hours, but actuality, you know how sleep works. You know, we're in there. We're put down for 3 to 4 hours. That's how it usually ends up. Not out of like I can't sleep type shit, but more out of just like that's the amount of sleep that you get. You're rolling around, blah blah blah. I'm on an air mattress. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's what's happening. Ooh. So it's a difficult schedule for sure. That commute is rough. Actual teaching classes is interesting. The level of preparedness matters immensely. The main thing to prepare for in class is the grammar piece. So I have to look up before every class. I got to take whatever amount of time. I got to watch the videos on how other people teach the grammar, write it out, understand it 3 times to Sunday, then be able to regurgitate it in an hour or in 2 hours. I'm in the school right now doing my thing. That's the most important thing. But the second thing is time management and making sure that you're getting through what you're going to need to get through for the 5-week term, the 5-week period that we teach in as English teachers. And it's been interesting. It's something truly, and I can't really describe the feeling, but when you're in front of, I mean, if anybody's ever public spoken before, you kind of get an idea of the feeling. But just getting in front of people every single day, standing there and delivering content, delivering a message, answering questions, leading the room, I would say I get a level of anxiety with it, but it's something that I can't ever acknowledge. I can never look it in the face. I can never grab a hold of it and be like, oh, this is what this feeling is. Because it feels like if you ever give in, there's some times where I feel the need to like give into like a level of comfort. Like I'm up in front of everyone. I'm looking at the book and I'm like, and I know I need to go to the next section. But there's a moment up there where I feel the need to just, I feel like I would love to just like disappear. Just go into if there's a bed here, I would love to just lie down in it. I would love to go to that's sleep. I would love to nap. I would love to go to the supermarket, get some candy, some sparkling water, or if I'm really degenerate that week, get some actual soda and watch some garbage on YouTube. Some just horse shit, politics. Get on. I don't ever get on Netflix, but I don't ever get on. So it's not even a thing. The thing that I waste time on is just it's Netflix. Oh, sorry, I just lied. It's YouTube. Like I just would like to put on some chess commentary, put on some, and just let my brain go, let all the pressure go. I don't have to perform. I don't have to get up. That's like the feeling that I get sometimes when I'm up in front of everybody. But you can't it's not even that exactly. It's like the pre of that. It's the pre of that. And then when you do that for a certain amount of time, when you get home, you're just like, fuck. There's zero possibility, zero chance of me doing anything productive after 6 hours of teaching. Zero chance. It's lucky that I mean, it's lucky that I do have that time in the middle, that 3 hours, then 6 hours, three, and then a 6 hour break. I could definitely do. I'm in the 6 hour break right now. I can do stuff in the 6 hour break, but there's zero chance if it was like 6 hours or even 8 hours, whatever, and then had to go home after. There would be no chance that I would be able to go then and do something because I would just be wasted. I would just be wasted. That's how I would describe it. It's just like I want to lay down. I want to close my eyes. I want to put eye drops in my eyes so they're wet and so they're dry eye. Get out of that. Just do nothing. So that's been an interesting feeling. I haven't felt that. In maybe a long time. I guess I want to be frank. It's not the real feeling. It's not the exact feeling. It's more. It's just this like you can give up. Like if like you want to give up mid thing. That's just what it is. You just want to give up mid thing. You're just like sitting there. It's like maybe it's like 5 minutes into the class. Maybe it's 10 minutes into the class, and you're just like, I gotta like finish. And again, whenever I experience those feelings, and it's like literally, it's just a pinch. It's a ping. It's a ping. I feel like teaching and public speaking for me is almost like it's like meditative in a way, because I see it's not a thought. The thoughts never actually materialize, but I have certain feelings or like certain pre-feelings where it's just like I kind of it floats by, and we don't acknowledge it. We just keep on going, because if you ever choose to acknowledge it, you're done. And I would analogize it. It's like similar to if I make public content. So if I'm out in the public, for example, if I go on Fremont Street in Vegas, or even if I go on the Strip and there's a camera following me, or if there's a camera following me, or I'm doing some sort of public Zumba, there are moments in that where you have a level of where you have that feeling, but it's more pronounced. And it becomes the feeling of right before you stream is tangible, whereas the one here in the classroom is not tangible, which is an interesting little insight. I don't. Yeah, it's an interesting little insight that I just thought of just now. The feeling at the head of a classroom, leading the head of a classroom, is way more comfortable than getting out in the streets and doing shit. I feel like part of it is also. I mean, part of it is like there's literally a plan when I teach. I have a book that I'm working out of. I have some videos that I've watched to help explain. So I'm literally going into it with a framework. Whereas the streets, there is no framework. There is no plan in the exact sense of the word. So maybe it would help just to have more of a plan when I get out to the streets. But the thing about the streets is that the nature of the content is it's like all unplanned. You're literally walking up to people. You don't know how people are gonna react. You don't know how people are gonna behave. You're loud. You're wearing something wild. You don't know what's gonna happen. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, so that is teaching. I don't know if any of that made sense. I do like teaching. I do like it. It is public speaking. You get up in front of everyone. You're explaining the different concepts, and then there's even a level of stand-up comedy even to it, where you're teaching people. You allow them to express, and then there's moments where you can inject a bit of because the class is I won't say it's so tense, but because it's we're in like a learning environment, the bar is crazy low for humor, for entertainment, for something like that. But of course, you have to. One of the things that I have to watch personally is there has to be. We still have to get things. We have to get things done. So you have to cut. You can't just stand up there and entertain people. There was classes where I could do that when I was in Russia because there was speaking clubs, and that's a whole different context where the whole thing You're not even correcting people. The whole thing is just to get people to talk. But here, we have to get people to learn. Like we have to get people to learn correctly, and then when they're speaking in the part of the lesson when they have to speak, when they're doing it correctly. So it's a whole different setup. But I do like it. I like it. I just wish I would be so interested in how I would feel if I had a car and if I was coming into the situation kind of fresh. If I could wake up can you imagine if I could wake up at 6 a.m.? If I could wake up at 6, like shower. By the way, to be honest, I haven't showered in like 3 days, if I'm honest. Because there's literally no time. Like I wake up in the morning, it's like 5 to 6 a.m. I'm just like, I'm dead, but I'm aware that I have to wake up at 6. 6, I have to leave. I have to walk out of the apartment at 6. And then obviously we're going to the place, and then we come home at night, and I'm just too tired. I just want to go to sleep. I wash my face. I wash I try to get because I do break out on my shoulders and back if I go to bed with so I do kind of do the quick sprinkle water, but ultimately we just go to bed. I haven't slept, so tonight when I get back, it's gonna be nice. We're gonna do a nice little shower. We're gonna sign up for different parties tomorrow. We'll probably go out because this weekend will probably be more of a traditional weekend for me personally, because every weekend after this, I'm potentially going to have some money. And if I have money, the money is going towards content. We're going to pay a cameraman. We're going to get out there. I don't know if it's going to be YouTube's. It's more likely it's going to be Ticks. It's more likely going to be somebody walking around with for TikTok, but maybe even a little bit of both. But it's kind of hard to make both, because if it's TikTok, you're kind of looking at the screen for TikTok. But maybe I do want to make better YouTube, because YouTube is is independent of you don't need a network connection to do YouTube. You just need to upload, but you don't need it to actually do the video. So it's more flexible overall, especially if I end up going back to Russia, which brings me to this. So we're closing off the teaching conversation. Moving forward. That was the end of the first week. Everyone here is nice. It is corporate tea in that, you have to. There's what I don't what I don't really love doing is the niceties. The niceties with people, just going over. Oh, hey, how's your lessons are going? Just stop. I don't care. You know what I'm going to say. There's zero chance that I'm going to tell you something negative. I'm not going to tell you something. You're not going to say anything. It's all prearranged conversation. I'm just not a fan of prearranged conversation. Let's not do prearranged conversation. I feel like people say that it's small talk. I think that's the real definition of small talk, is prearranged conversation. If I can predict what's going to come out of your mouth, I don't want to hear it. Why are we bothering with this back and forth when we both know what's going to happen? Why are we doing it? So I don't like that. Those parts where you're, lack of a better word, fake. I guess it's not fake. It's just prearranged, by its nature, which is it's just dumb. But everyone, other than prearranged conversation, everything is nice. There's coffee here. I'm probably gonna get some in a second. Not in a second, but yeah. But the future, what I'm really thinking about doing, because I'm not planning on doing this forever, obviously. My current thing, so I've been applying to a lot of jobs. One of the issues that I'm running into, I'm not getting any interviews, and I'm not getting any interviews. Part of the issue, and this isn't necessarily something. It's not necessarily something to do with all my TikTok drama from March. It's not necessarily, because I remember when I was searching for jobs back in January and December, like December 21, 2021, December 2020, January 2021, I had a lot of difficulty getting interviews and getting people to talk to me back then. And the only way I got this job was because through connections, that job that I had before. So it was an issue back then, and it's still an issue now. Though I would say a lot more people are calling me, but I don't hear back from any of them. I wonder why. I can say I wonder why, but there are two things at work. Like literally, it's just not easy to get a job. That's not, and people were like, "Don't limiting belief." Shut the fuck up. Like for all intents and purposes, the same way that I go through teaching, the same way that I go through going out at night and talking to girls, I assume everything's going well. I assume the best, and it's only after the fact that I even take time to analyze and think about, okay, what happened, what went bad, what went good, what could I have done better. And in the aftermath of a week or month, in the aftermath of 2 months of applying to jobs, looking at the situation, a lot of calls, not a lot of maybe I had one interview, but the guy clearly didn't, he didn't call first, right? Usually people call, then theoretically they research, they Google you, they look up, they take your resume, they look up some whatever, and LinkedIn, blah blah blah, maybe Google, whatever, and then maybe set up an interview out of the candidates that are available. That's what I assume some of the process is, and obviously if you Google me, first three articles, there are the first thing on the page is LinkedIn, and then the next three things are BET, Complex, and the New York Post. And then if you keep going, then there's an Insider magazine, and then everything else that you'll find. So not the best, and it's not good optics. So while I'm still applying, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change to my middle name. So I'll just be going by my middle name. I will not release that on the internet, and we're just gonna use that for the time being, and see if that changes any of the stuff. Do I want to go back to corporate? No, but I miss having money, and I don't like being poor. Being poor is stupid. I can't do anything. I can't pay cameramen. It's harder to make content. I can't upgrade my equipment. I can't get new camera lenses that I want. I can't even eat. I can't be comfortable. I can't get fun glasses. I can't make new rompers. I can't afford fabric. I can't pay suppliers. I can't do anything. Being poor is ass. So I don't like being poor. So if I had to go back to an even increased corporate job, but at least get 6 figures, hey, we outside. I wasn't making 6 figures before, but if I could, that's all of the jobs that I'm interviewing for, and that's maybe part of the issue. All of the jobs that I've interviewed for are for 6 figures. So I mean, we're somewhere else. We're at a different level, but they're calling me at that different level, but they're not accepting me at that different level, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're kind of dealing with on the corporate front. So there's assuming if I don't get any corporate job or any corporate looks in the next 6 months, we're going back to Russia. We are going back to Russia, where this channel really started, to be honest. I think my first few videos were from Russia. I probably backdated a few videos, but no, my first videos aren't from Russia. No, I was posting long before, but my first videos that actually got 3 views from Russia. Oh, love Russia. Love Russia. I have 3 job offers right now, only from Russia. All from Russia. One is in St. Petersburg, and I don't even mind. Should I release my salary? Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. Is there any hurt? No. Yeah. So one is in St. Petersburg, Russia. They're offering an apartment for something like 25,000 rubles, subsidized, in the center of the city. So that's nice. St. Petersburg, the salary is 80,000 rubles, which is around 1,200, something like that. Uh, and I think the job is like teaching more. It's like a range of people. I think it's kids, adults, whatever they have. This one is, I believe it's, I believe it's 20 hours a week, 20 to 25 hours a week of teaching. You got to be in the office for a little bit more. Yeah, I don't like St. Petersburg though. I don't like St. Petersburg, Russia. I don't like them. It's very European. It's a little bit liberal. Uh, it's not friendly and to me, or I guess there's less of a foreigner effect in St. Petersburg, which God, I mean, part of half the reason we're out here is foreigner effect. But the thing about St. Petersburg that is interesting is that they have a busker culture. So they have a lot of guys in the street that are playing music. So theoretically, whatever I was doing in was doing in Vegas with my speaker and my dancing, it's like normal in St. Petersburg. Second, I have an offer from Moscow. This job is for 85,000. I think it's this. Yeah, so it's a similar. It might be 90. I don't remember. No, I think it's 90. Shit, I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. It's 10,000 rubles. Is 10,000 rubles is it's not that much more. And that one, the apartment they offer an apartment subsidized for 15,000 rubles, but it's not in the city center. The metro is like Molodozhnaya, if anybody knows. It's on the blue line, so it's probably 20 minutes from the center. I looked at the room. Not both rooms look fine. Both rooms look fine. This job is the better option in general, and the reason is because they offer training. They offer teacher training. I think it's like a week or 2 weeks before you start. They have like a reintroduction of like how to teach. I think whatever level that you're teaching kids or whatever, they have a 1 week of teaching. They also offer free Russian lessons up to the level intermediate, which I could use. That would be nice. I speak Russian, but my grammar is absolute garbage. So that would be nice to do that as well. They offer They pay for all transportation. I don't know if I think St. Petersburg does as well. Free. So you get a free Metro card. Nice. So that and I love Moscow. If anybody knows me, I love Moscow. Moscow is one of my favorite cities in the world. Just there are models everywhere. So everyone, not I won't say everyone's attractive. All the women are attractive. The clubs are some of the best in the world. Straight up, the underground clubs are cool, fun, weird, interesting. The vibe is immaculate. Love Moscow. The only thing with Moscow is obviously, with Putin living there, they don't love street performance. I'd say they don't love street performance. They'd rather you not be out here in the streets. And they don't like crowds. They don't like crowds in Moscow because crowds. I think it might be actually illegal to have a crowd in Moscow. And as you know, I am a crowd boy. I'm a crowd boy. That's part of what I do. So it's probably better to not be in Moscow, but I love Moscow and I have a lot of connections in Moscow. We can do a lot more. We have a lot more ready to go for us in Moscow, and even in general, there's more to do in Moscow. I think St. Petersburg, it's just more hippy dippy. There's less to do, in my opinion. And then we have a third offer for Moscow, 80,000. The apartment looks a little bit worse. It's like a futon type of bed. Yeah, my apartments looks a little bit smaller. No training, no Russian lessons. It's really just dumb. I'm not even really considering it, but it's there. Hey, by the way, if you want a job teaching English in Russia, I can hook you up if you are ever interested. If anybody's interested in that, I got you. And then the last thing that we're working on right now is I have to email them back, but I got a response back for a job out in Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk. And if you look at the map, it's spelled Chabrovsk. Khabarovsk. Maybe I can find it on the map right now. Let's try it. Yeah, we can get on the internet here. Let's try to get on the internet. Let's. Um, Ain't nobody trying to come to your dusty ass city to fuck. Ain't nobody come. No native speaking person, a native English speaking person is trying to come to the far east of Russia. Nobody's trying to do it. Like the idea that you would deny anyone is like so flabbergasting to me. I was like, I'm getting denied by these people, but no, they actually. So I got denied once, but they actually like reached back out and they're like, oh yeah, we reviewed your application and we like you. So I have to email them back and we'll see what type of offer they have. Again, that would be a risk for sure. I don't know how people behave outside of. I mean, I've never, like I said, I've been to the south. I've been to I've been to the southwest up to the northwest, but I haven't been anywhere else. I haven't been to Chechnya. I haven't been to Dagestan. I haven't been to Kazan, Yakutsk, Murmansk, Vladivostok, Khabarovsk, Saratov. I'm trying to see how many Russian city names I can name. I haven't been to. I haven't even been to Nizhny Novgorod, which is like kind of a close-ish big city to Moscow. I haven't been to Crimea even. So, but I've been to a lot of places. I've been to Sochi. I've been to a lot of the cities along the Black Sea. Tuapse. You can even see some of the vlogs. Tuapse, Gelendzhik, Novorossiysk. I went to a city in between, Rostov-on-Don. And then there was one more. It's literally my favorite. Oh my god, it's not my favorite, but literally, it's like where I learned Russian because I had one date with a girl there, and then she like literally like that one day taught me all the Russian I ever have known. Okay, it didn't teach me, but it like forced me to use it and practice it for the first time. Oh my god, that's so nasty. I don't like that. I don't remember that. That is so nasty. Wait, we're just gonna zoom in real quick, see if I can see it. I've been to Voronezh. That was just a quick stop. I've not been to Volgograd. Krasnodar. Fuck me, Krasnodar. Krasnodar. Oh, I love Krasnodar. Oh, I love Krasnodar. Fuck. Oh my god, I love Krasnodar. If I had a, ooh. If I had a, an English teaching job in Krasnodar, no questions, no questions asked. I'm going to Krasnodar. I love this city. Oh, you can't see my screen. Can you see my screen? No, you can't. So yeah, I'm really. What time is it? Oh, we're really recording a lot here. We're really recording a lot. This is going up immediately. I'm not gonna really edit any of this. Love Krasnodar. So yeah, I mean, if nothing changes, we're going to Russia in January. I talked to at least the Moscow job. I talked to the St. Petersburg job. They're both cool. They don't love it, but they're like, it is what it is. You just can't get your flights reimbursed. I'm like, listen, the flights already, like, I'm taking an L on the flights. It's just disgusting at this point. It's like 1,300 to get over there. You got to fly to Turkey and then fly in. That's how, since it's all like blocked from Europe. Maybe by then we'll have resolved the Ukraine war and we'll all be done with this shit, but probably not. Oh, wait, let's not say probably. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Ooh, but yeah, nothing else changes. We're going to Russia at the end of the year, which will be fine. I'm ready content wise. I will be out every day. I will be out every day filming. I swear to God. I swear to God. I will be out every day. And one of the good things I was worried about this, and I say had because I'll tell you, I had a friend up in St. Petersburg, this guy, American guy, who was gonna do some tests for me because one of the things I wanted to see was if I post a TikTok from Russia, like will it post? Can I stream? And I don't know what happened, but man's just stopped responding. Bruh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get men, dude, bro, don't stop responding to the idea of a guy stop like that's weird to me. That's weird. But it's neither here nor there. It is here, but whatever. But last night I saw a girl on with one of my friends, and she was Russian as fuck, and she said she was speaking. She barely spoke English, and but what she did say, and I was like, he was asking her questions, and she didn't understand, so I hopped over on her stream, and I, translated, and she started responding to him, and then I asked her like, oh, откуда, and she said Sibir. So she's in Siberia, which is if you don't know, that's like it's not even Khabarovsk is not even Siberia. I'm pretty sure Khabarovsk is like far, like even further east than Siberia. Siberia is like no, honestly, Novosibirsk is the only city in Siberia. Like that's impossible for anybody to not live in Novosibirsk and live in Siberia. I mean, there's like so many cities other than that, but like internet wise, like everything, I don't think that you can. But the point was, she was streaming. She was making content. Now she was making Russian girl content, which is so funny. So a lot of Russian girls will make like thirst trap content, but then like be too wholesome to like actually OnlyFans or actually monetize it. Which, girl, if you're gonna if you're gonna be out here, be out here. What are we doing? To post some bikini pictures. I'm not. It's not for me. It's not for me. I'm just saying, it doesn't really make sense. It's like, why are you posting the third? Is it pure clout? Because you're not making like, no brands are trying to market through you. So the only way you can monetize your content, like, you're in Russia. No one is. Not even Russian brands are trying to. So the only way that you're monetizing this is if you sell out the female way. Listen, and I would sell out if there was an audience. If I gained a Russian audience of thirsty women's, now they're too poor. But if I did, you'll see all parts of my body on this internet. You'll see all kinds of parts of my body on this internet. I swear to God. There's no shame. I swear to God. So that's that. Yeah. At the end of if nothing changes by the end of the year, that's what we're going to be doing January. There's one more option that I wanted to talk about, and so in my last video, I went through a few of those websites that I was looking at to find a gig. And so the last job that I was really looking at was. Hope nobody's like listening at the door. Can you imagine like the manager is like sitting there at the door, like listening to my plans of dipping? That would be traumatic. Could you imagine they find my YouTube channel? Impossible. Yeah, I think it's impossible. Yeah. The other job that I was thinking about is a party hostel job, where it looks like the whole job is like marketing in the daytime, but it looks like it's like marketing. Like, you're in the street, like handing out flyers and shit. It looks like, but apparently it's like commission based. So you make commission based sales. You make money on commission. The more people come to your party through you, but also, and then you get paid hourly if you're actually working the event. That would be an interesting job for me. Again, it would be like going from this to that, going from like doing this, teaching English, and even like going, doing the crazy stuff that I'm doing in Vegas, to like to becoming an actual promoter. I mean, I've been looking casually for like a sales, but even I was interested in being a promoter to some extent. A lot of promoters, it looks like a job you have to like, I'm not sure how people get into that profession, but it would be an interesting thing to do. Not only promote from you're seeing people that are traveling, doing stuff, not even promoting from that level, but even promoting from an international level, maybe convincing people to come, all the way over from wherever, showing them, putting out wild party photos, videos, all this stuff, to promote like people partaking in Budapest activities. Could be very interesting. I'm more interested in that than going back to Russia. I'll be honest, like, I'm not super. I see a lot of potential in Russia. But I also don't like, it's the same. I'm blasé. I'm blasé about it. Very blasé about it. And I have the same level of excitement of going back to Russia as I do like going out to the club now. It's not exciting to me anymore. It's preferable. Don't get me wrong. Like, and going out right now would be fun as fuck, right? I would I have a good time when I go out on the town, always. but I'm not excited to do it anymore. I'm excited to do it when I'm with friends. When I'm with friends, it's super exciting to do, super fun, super exciting. But when I'm, if I'm alone, yeah, dude, um, I'm not excited to do it anymore because not only, mainly because of the work that I consciously know that I have to do if I want to like improve myself, if I want to get to the next level. Mainly because of that. Because I know I'm not just going there. It's first of all, it's not an unknown. It's not like this. Ooh, we're going into the dark. Like I remember the first time I moved there, I was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna live in this dream world that I always wanted to live in. And now I understand. I understand all the pros. I understand the cons. Cons are just money, and but even that's not even a con. The con of my life now. Um, the con of life is that at this point, if I want, I've reached the point of the journey. I've reached the point in my journey as a man and as a person where I know stuff. We're no longer in a place where we're searching, where I'm looking for not where I'm looking for new experiences. I've experienced a lot of things. The last experience that I could use would be that party promoter kind of sales job where we're going like person to person. Maybe we're out here with a set of flyers. I'm out here with my speaker. I'm out here with dancing around. I don't know, with some cameras. That's the last thing that I haven't done. But most other things, man, I've done. I've been out here. I've made the Instagram ads. I've gone viral. I've been on TikTok. I've been on YouTube. I've traveled to all these different countries. I've been to corporate. I've had enough money to survive in the U.S. I've driven cars. I've been dead broke with my car towed. I've made my way through that. I made my way through I made my way through getting my laptop stolen in the one of the lowest points when I was living in Russia. I've been depressed. I've been up and down. I've lived in my young 28, old 28. We're in the back end of 28 now. I got 6 months of it, and I've done a lot. And so at this point, if I want to get to the next level of anything, whatever that means, I gotta buckle down. I gotta buckle down and get consistent. I gotta buckle down and get consistent with something, anything. If I want to go the corporate route, which it might be too late, but God knows with conscious effort, couple name finaglings and reaching out to the network, which I have not really done yet just because it's just nasty. I just feel so bad like reaching back out to people, asking them for a job after I just torched the last thing. Like I could get back into the corporate, but if I wanted to really get back into the corporate, like I should sit down for a year or two. I should sit down and just make content in my free time for a year or two until content takes off or until I get to the next level of corporate and just keep on grinding away. But if I want to do content, I gotta really do it. I gotta be making these videos, and then I gotta be posting them, and I gotta be editing them, and then maybe I have to hire an editor, and I have to get a team, either pay them or find some fellow creators that want to get on that grind and want to produce stuff. I have to get serious about something, and that's the kind of the part. It's like I wasn't excited to start this job. It's good for me. It's gonna be wonderful. It's been a midweek, but in the end, I'm happy. Everything happened. I'm happy with like most of what happened, except for being late this morning. But it is part of the experience of life, and it's kind of this. I feel like I'm almost starting to level out from maybe from a dopamine standpoint, but unfortunately, I'm leveling out dopamine wise at this at this higher rate. It's one of the issues that I found in this week was that in the 6-hour time window that I've had to do to do what I want to do, I'd say even for the past 3 days, I'll be honest. Like I think yesterday I was able to post a video, but like I made a video for the last hour or two of sitting here. Most of the time I was on TikTok, I was on YouTube, and I was just consuming. I won't even say it wasn't research. It truly wasn't research. It's garbage. It's shit that I don't need in my brain. I'm watching politics. I'm watching something that I literally don't need unless I'm planning on doing my own video on the subject, which I'm not really interested in doing political videos unless I'm gonna, it's a waste. And so, but I'm not even really enjoying it anymore. It's just a blasé thing. But if I don't have it, then my brain starts to get bored, which good, right? It could be it's a good thing to be, for your brain to be bored, because then you'll do the things that you need to do. But getting back in that mindset of just getting back in that it's like, if my life is gonna be boring, I don't want it to be all the way boring. I feel like that's the resistance, because like my 6 hours a day or my 8 hours a day that I'm now like working or commuting to and from work is like boring. It's boring now. It's like I'm like I can't have like these 6 hours be boring. So I want to just have my little, even though it's bullshit fun, I want to have my bullshit fun. That's part of my push to go somewhere else, because it's like, sure, I'm making. I think I'm gonna be making. I think I did the calculation, 1,600 a month from this job. I'm not making that much less in Russia. Not making that much less in Russia. Maybe I'm making $1,000 in Russia. Somebody's gonna have to do the math. Maybe I'll do some of the math right here. Making $1,000 in Russia. Wait, what is that? 80,000. Or rubles. Rubles to USD. About 1,300, and then if you subtract 15,000, 65,000 rubles. So yeah, it's about $1,000. So I'm making about $600 less, but my life is interesting again. I get to have girlfriends. I get to be fake famous when I go out. I get to, rub shoulders with with people of increasing levels of power. Not power like power, but like social media power, because I'm in like the entertainment capital of Russia. There's just a lot of networking opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities, and it's more fun for me in general. So even though my day, like the working hours of the day, are boring, everything else around it is amazing. Here, it's rough, but the next 3 days are gonna be fun, and then we're just gonna kind of have to live through the weekends, and then I guess the daytime. In the day, we'll figure out some sort of content making schedule, or we'll figure out what we're doing here. I still don't really know. Ooh. But anyway, yeah, the next part of life, and I'm a little bit of a broken record with this. Yeah, the next part of life is just gonna be hustling. I was watching this. How much time do I have? I want to get off in like 10 minutes. It's probably been an hour run. I was watching this guy, and his name is Andrew Tate, and he blah blah blah. I've been watching him for years, actually. I've been watching him since I was in Russia. Probably found him when I was in Russia, but love his content. Some of it's a little but a lot of it's good. But what I like about, he released this thing called Hustlers University, which is a little bit. It's probably derivative. It's probably a derivative. It's just an online course thing. He has multiple courses in there, but it seems like the main way people are making money is through affiliate marketing for his course. So it's kind of pyramid schemey in a way, but then part of that is just like, he's a very bombastic character, and he basically gives you permission to repost all of his content across on whatever social media platform that you choose. And so while that's like, maybe it's like easy, it could be easy money while people talk shit on it, it's still a grind. You still got to go through, find clips that people haven't seen, maybe even find clips that people have seen, do some edit on it, maybe even add some music in the background, and you got to post. You got to post a lot. You got to post a lot. You got to post 5 to 10 pieces of content a day on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok. I'm not on Instagram like that, so I don't really know, but I'm sure on Instagram as well. Like, you got to really push stuff out there. And if you put stuff out there, it's almost guaranteed, at some level. I've seen so many channels. Tate, they just renamed the channel Tate to Tate's Content, Tate God, Tate Moneymaker, whatever the thing is. But it's a grind. It's a grind, and I like that. I like the idea of that. If I got into the practice of doing a level of content grinding like that, we would be somewhere in 18 months. So that's my goal, and I don't know how I do. Maybe I'll start a new YouTube. I don't know as well, but maybe not as well. I don't know. I like. There's a lot of random videos on this account, and I kind of like that. I like just posting stuff. I have 500 subscribers. How many people are actually watching my stuff, like, on this channel? Like, one, and probably most people don't even make it to the end of this, because there's no, a lot of people don't know who I am. I'll make it to the end of it, because that's me, but it's what it is. Anyway, that is gonna be I guess we'll call this a podcast today. Homing from work. I guess I am technically doing some homing from work. If you see the amount of let's look around the room here. The amount of stuff that I have. I got my bag. I got my laptop, phone, computer. I'm not watching myself, but I'm watching myself. We outside. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff with me. I don't have everything with me. Sometimes I carry way more. Today's one of the days where we're carrying way less, but that's gonna. I'll put a Homing from Work 3. Let's put, I don't know. That's my brand. It's not my brand, but it's a moniker that I came up with, which I love. So that's my little life update. That's what I'm thinking about now. That's what I'm working on, and yeah. Wish me luck. And we outside. Wait, I wasn't ready.